Alright. Hey, it's Chris, Homesteading Hardware. And we just gonna have a little pig talk right quick. We got a couple of things going on. I'll show you. I got some pretty foolish comments on a video the other day, a couple of videos actually. And I had somebody tell me how stupid it was, didn't take that much to hold a hog in. Well, I want y'all to look at that post right there rocking. It's buried 3 foot in the ground. I don't know if he won't do it now, I want him to. See it? See him wiggling that post? Watch what he does to that feed draw. That's why you got it on a concrete slab, because if you don't, he'll bury it in the mud. Now I want y'all to understand something. That boar right there, he'll weigh 600 pounds. Easy. Easy 600 pounds. And if you go back to our hog pen video, which I know a lot of our viewers came over here and subscribed to us because of our beginner's guide to hog pen video. He's the little bitty boar that weighed about 60 pounds that was in this pen a year ago. It was about a year ago. He weighed 60 pounds. And this is the little gilt that was walking around in the other pen over here. But she's in heat. They just bred her. And I want to talk about that a little bit. She's going to come in heat 3 or 4 days after you wean your pigs. Now, traditionally, we don't breed them back that fast. But she didn't lose condition that bad. A lot of times, the pigs, especially out here on the ground, where you got to leave them on their mama a little bit longer, they'll pull her down. But she's actually about in the shape you want her in when you breed her. You want her a little thin. You don't want her roly-poly fat when you breed her. And you want to give her enough to eat, but you don't want to overfeed her while she's breeding. You don't want her roly-poly fat when she goes to have the babies eat. It causes you problems. Now she's still 500 pounds now. If you look at her back end, you'll see we're swollen up a little bit. They'll fight a little bit the day before she comes in heat because he's ready to go and she ain't. They'll make them fight a little bit. She may get a little bit of an attitude. Temperament might change.
He might bite her back.
Yeah, he'll go to nudging her shoulders. It's usually her shoulders. And if you ever see a sow that's cut, which I'm going to get on this hot fish trying to show you, but you ever see a sow that's cut right there on her shoulders, that's what it is. He got her with his tusk. They try to bring him in heat that way. Sometimes it works. But they get over here away from that electric wire, I'll show you. But something else I want to cover. If you think, and I took offense to some of this stuff, but had somebody tell me that they never heard tell of a pig coming over a fence. Well, there's loads of videos on YouTube if you look them up. Of pigs coming out of stock trailers, coming over tall racks on trucks and bouncing off the highway. The truth is, a pig that size, the only thing keeping him in, really and truly, unless you got him in a concrete wall, the only thing keeping him in is he don't know he can get out. Every once in a while they figure it out. I've had old big sows, which we got a sow down here at the other pen, it'd take 2 of her to make her. I don't know what she weighs. She's probably close to 900 pounds. But she's 5 years old. And she's long. She's a great old big thing. But I've seen her stick her nose in a panel fence like this and pull the whole side out of the ground. Just lift it up and go under. Post and all. Destroying stuff. Post, splintering, wire, bending. You get them mad enough or scared enough, you let something get in there after them, like a bulldog or a pair of bulldogs or something like that, and get them really scared, and they'll go over, under, through. We were cutting pigs last year, and this shelter over here, we had a sow come through the back of the shelter, tore through the tin, not pushed the nails out and come through the tin, but tear a hole in the tin, like something on Bugs Bunny. You need to watch these people telling you that you don't need nothing to hold them in. Now that's fine if you're in the middle of 200 acres and if your pigs get out, that's no big deal. But we got neighbors, we've got a road, our stuff's got to stay in. And even as tough as I build these pens, and I know they might seem to be a little bit of overkill, but even as tough as I build them, they can get out. They can go right over the top of that panel. You look at how tall, let's just use some common sense right quick. You see how tall that board is compared to that panel. His back is about even with it when he's on good dry ground. Now he gets on top of that sow. You know, if he can get on top of her, you don't think he can't jump up and put his feet over that panel and then hop over it? Use some common sense, folks. We've got cow panels at the other fence down at the other pen down there, and we've had old big boards go over the top of a cow panel. A cow panel's chest high. We've had them clear them clean. You get them worked up. You get them mad, scared. Best way to see it is put a sow in heat over there and him over here, and he'll show you what he can do. He can show you all about fences he can climb and stuff he can tear in. And I guess that's something I might need to reiterate a little bit. You know, if you're just feeding out a couple pigs to eat, you don't let them get nowhere near this big. A slaughter pig ain't half this size. If you see how she's acting a little funny, making a little more noise than usual. That ain't because she's hungry. That's because she's in heat. And you really need to put your sow in with your boar when she's in heat and get her back away from him. It's not an ideal situation penning boars and sows together all the time. People do it, I've done it, and I might still do it sometimes if I don't have enough pens, but it's not an ideal situation. She needs 3 times as much feed as he does. And that's the other reason you have so much trouble with your boar. You got to keep your boar on a pretty strict diet. You see how big he is. If I fed him all he wanted, he'd be too big to breed her. She wouldn't be able to support his weight, and he'd be too big to breed. And that means you have to get rid of him. And you can't eat him. He has no monetary value. I called the sale barn with our last big boar and asked him what he was worth, and they said he'd bring about $20. And they were far enough away, it cost about $20 worth of gas to take him to them. So they have no value. So you want to keep them in service as long as possible. And I was talking to somebody in the comments today, and I realized something. It's going to be a little bit longer video than normal, but I realized something, that even all the pig videos we've made, we haven't covered common problems, everyday problems you have raising pigs, much less the out of the ordinary stuff. We haven't touched anything on the out of the ordinary. But if you have any questions, I know we've done a lot of hog stuff, and it seems to be what people want to know about the most. But if you have any questions, we're glad to help, and if I know something that'll help you, I'll tell you. If I don't know anything that'll help you, I'll tell you that too. It's beyond me, or I don't know. I don't know everything. I know a lot, but I don't know everything. And you know, I had somebody question my credentials the other day. What made me qualified to put up pig videos or homesteading videos. And this is really what I'd planned on talking about tonight, though I got off on a little rant. I'm at least 4th generation on this piece of property raising pigs. And my daddy was a really good hog farmer. My daddy was locally renowned as an expert hog farmer. And I don't know if I know everything he knows, but I know as much of it as he teaches me. And I'm kind of, see what I'm talking about? They'll tear up the world. You let him get bored, and he'll rip this off the fence just to have something to do. But we're kind of renowned, at least locally, for having really good pigs. We have a reputation for having really good pigs. I've been doing it a long time, my whole life. Before I had my own hogs, I had my daddy's hogs. And especially when I was younger, my job was working with somebody else's hogs, you know, somebody else's hog house. And we've been full circle. We've gone from on the ground to confinement to back on the ground. And we're tiny. I'm only running a few sows. I mean, I can't call myself a commercial hog farmer. Or we do try to. It's not a hobby. We do try to make money doing it. If we didn't make money doing it, we couldn't do it. We've got to at least break even. At least break even. And making some profit is preferable. But just little things that, I want to try to tell you. And I figure everybody's kind of stuck at home right now. I'm probably tired of hearing about everything else that's going on. So I figure we do a little video and talk about something different. Is there anything else you think I ought to cover?
I think you got it for today.
Well, we might do a pig talk live later tonight. We thought about doing that. And look at this right here now. She won't do it now. So she's nudging him. She's flirting. You'll watch right here. She won't do it now because we got the camera on. But if he don't show her enough attention, she'll show him some. And maybe that'll help you out a little bit. And something I say at the end of every video, but something I want to really talk about right quick. You can do all this stuff. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of people that want to help you do this. There's a lot of people on YouTube that put up good content, that know what they're talking about, that want to help you do this. There's a lot of good channels. Now there's a lot of crap up there too. There's a lot of keyboard warriors. There's a lot of misinformation. There's a whole lot of, I saw a video on it, so I'm going to say what I saw in that video right or wrong. There's a whole lot of that. I couldn't figure out, I spent a long time trying to figure out why the same misinformation was so common. Why you kept hearing the same wrong stuff over and over again. And it finally dawned on me that a lot of people are just putting back up what they saw somewhere else. They don't know themselves, The truth is, just raising feeder pigs, you're never going to get the experience raising 2 feeder pigs a year as you get keeping 5 or 6 sows, breeding pigs, binary 7 pigs. I don't know how to word this. I guess I'm the local, how would you say this, livestock health consultant. So, I mean, I have to deal with everybody's stuff when they have a problem. Just be wary of false information. We started this channel because of false information. And when we get some of this stupid, we get in the comments. And it's from everywhere. My personal favorite is the people that raised one pig one time. And they're experts. They raised one. I'm not an expert, and I've been raising pigs for 45 years. Actively in the hog house for 45, or hog pen for 45 years. And was standing around watching them do it for a regular while before that. My daddy raised me, and I went to the hog house with him. If he sat at the hog house all night with a sow having pigs, I was sitting there right there with him when I was 2 or 3 years old. I mean, I've been around this stuff, I know. But we're going to keep trying to do it. We had thought about quitting, but we're going to keep trying to do it. I get discouraged sometimes with the stupid. But we're going to keep trying to do it. And you can do this. If you want to, you can do it. If you just want pigs for meat, yeah, go get you a couple feeder pigs. Don't worry, we're trying to raise any. Keeping a sow and a boar is expensive. And markets are different everywhere. Here, we can't make 7 pet pigs and stuff like that work. We got a channel we're friends with that makes good money selling pet pigs. But they're in California. They've got a market. Here, you can't give them away. So know your market. And something else I hit on right quick. A lot of people ask me, because if y'all been watching this for a while, if it ain't red, it ain't right. If it ain't a Duroc or a Tamsworth pig, I ain't studying. My daddy likes spots. And I ain't got nothing against a Hampshire. But Me, just personal preference. You know, I've said this before, just like if I like strawberry ice cream and you like peach ice cream, it's so much just personal preference. But I like a red pig. But my customers want pigs with color. So we're raising pigs with color to satisfy our customers. It's a business. Anything you do on your homestead to try to make money is a business. That means you got to suit your customers. If your customers want cabbage collards, not Georgia collards, you better plant cabbage collards. If your customers want a certain strain of sweet corn, so they want bodacious sweet corn, you better not plant Silver Queen. I mean, that's just the way it works. But you can do this. You can do it. The biggest holdup I've seen most people have is money. If you can get you, yeah, remember that money's going to be your biggest holdup. But if you take the notion to do it, you can do like I've done. Like this last hog pen we built, next to last, this ferret house. The panels leaned up here side of this chute for 2 months. An old man, friend of mine, gave me the panels one day. About a couple months later, our neighbor said, well, if you need some fence posts, I got a pile of fence posts down there in the woods. You had to clean them up. We went and got the fence posts. Another friend of mine had some lumber I could get. Another friend of mine had some used tin. It took me about 3 months to round up all the materials to build it. But I built it, and the only thing I've got in it is nails, screws, staples, and electric wire. But that still cost me $250. You know, we saw a video today building a hog shelter for less than $20. And all I can say is they must not have no wind or no big pigs, because that was the shabbiest looking thing. It surely won't permanent. It must have been temporary. The only thing I come up with, had a cardboard roof on. But and yeah, they have less than $20 in it if they don't count the gas. What's so bad about if they counted the gas and the time to go around at the pallets and all that mess? Probably had more than $20. You know, people just don't think. If you have any questions, anything I can help you with, send me an email. If you want to make some smart comment or threaten to kill me or something like that for eating pigs, don't even bother, because I just about got, we don't pay it no mind. And if you put up a really stupid comment, I just delete them nowadays. I don't try to. I figured out they look at an argument, and I ain't gonna argue with them. Most people that really have a concern with what you're doing will tell you why. They won't just say, well, I raised a pig one time, he didn't jump out of the fence or tear out, and I'm an expert. You know, they just don't do that. The truth is, usually the dumber people are, the smarter they think they are. And I guess you got to be pretty intelligent to finally realize you don't know everything. But I figured that out years ago, that I don't know everything. If you won't do this, we want to help you. There's a bunch of other folks who want to help you, and we'll all do our best. Remember, you never plow a field, but turn it over in your mind. I think Darlene's a bit tired of filming. But we'll talk to you later. Thank you.